So we got some patch notes that dropped a few days ago, and we're a little late on it, but this is going to be going on the PTB in 2 days. So we'll be able to test most of those changes then, but we're going to go over the changes now. I kind of read over this already. Hutch hasn't seen it at all. And Bossman and Gartsky are just kind of mentally AFK, so we're good. It's just going to be the two of us.
Yeah, just the duo today.
So in the little overview here, they're going to be reworking Haddonfield. They're going to be adjusting a few perks. They're going to also apparently make changes to the store. I've seen the pictures. It's basically just going to be the Fortnite store. And then there is going to be a minor change to the Blight, and then the Twins are being reworked. And spoiler alert, I hate it.
Oh, okay. I'm excited to read it then.
So we'll start with the good. So usually with these reworks, they make it so a bunch of add-ons that get added to base kit. It just makes things a little bit faster. That's what they're doing here. Basically, switching is twice as fast. The time to unbind and pounce the time to unbind Victor and charge Victor's charge is faster. You can recall Victor at any point now. So I think like there's going to be a prompt if you're on Charlotte, you can just like destroy Victor and Victor will start growing back. And then they put in a change where you used to not be able to switch between them while you were near a hooked survivor. They are removing that because part of the problem with Twins was she was extremely good at camping. But they are removing that because now basically both Charlotte and Victor will now activate the face camp bar, even if they're not in control.
That's actually just huge. That in of itself is something.
So there's basically making it easier to switch between Victor and Charlotte and making it so it just works with the new anti-camping. That's all the good stuff. And that's where it ends. Because now we get to the next part. So updated 7 add-ons. I don't know what that means. They didn't post anything about it. I'll have to wait till Wednesday to see it. Victor's pounce will no longer latch onto your back when you are healthy. He now just injures you.
Huh?
Yeah. So the whole gimmick of Victor is no longer a thing. As well as they removed the ability to kick Victor when he successfully does damage.
So wait. So now Victor is just gonna slap you, and you can't just kick him, and he's still his super speed, or?
Yep, he's still moving at 100% movement speed. They just buffed his charge, so yeah.
Okay.
They made Victor now. They just made Victor broken. Victor is basically broken right now. I hate this change. They also made it so like now Victor will pin you down when he downs you instead, and another survivor has to come kick him off of you.
I honestly love that change. I can't lie to you. That sounds like a lot of fun.
I don't know what the point of this is really, other than like, because it makes it so like, I guess it's supposed to be so like she has a way to make, because now Victor is holding a survivor in the locker or pinning someone down, Charlotte moves 10% faster. So I think that's what it's supposed to be. Okay. But at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. And now the strat against Victor is going to be play injured because there's no point. Because it's kind of like Legion now, where there's no point of being healthy against Victor. Because he has an extremely fast cooldown after he hits someone. He's now can't be kicked. It's going to be impossible to kick Victor now. Like you can't kick Victor now unless Charlotte leaves him out. And then the last thing is just they removed it so Victor doesn't reveal you with Killer Instinct anymore, which is, great.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
So it sounds like they made it more fun to play Twins, but even worse to play against Twins.
Yeah, they basically are trying to remove the slugging strategy, and they basically just made them a monster. Like they are going to be, I think, extremely hard to deal with. Um, I don't think this is going to fix one of the issues, but it's not going to fix the issue of twins being an extremely boring killer to play and play against. Um, that's just my opinion. I don't really know. I think this is just going to make twins stronger, but it's not going to fix the issues with her. But we'll see. I'm gonna play as much of the PTB as I can before it dies, and then we'll see what happens. Um, oh yeah, and just a couple other things. There is the visual terror radius will work. So like the visual heartbeat will now work with Victor because Victor's supposed to you're supposed to be able to hear Victor's grunts as a terror radius. Now you're going to be able to see it with the visual terror radius.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
And when Victor can be kicked, is able to be kicked. He'll glow red.
So we got some good life changes to them for the survivor
Well,
side.
these should have been a thing already.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But yeah. All in all, I think this is going to be a terrible rework. I think it's going to be just as obnoxious as the Trickster rework. So, yeah, I don't like it.
All right.
Blight. I can't really say much about this. Improved collision detection to reduce cases where Blight slides up objects. From what I've heard, this could lower the skill ceiling of Blight because there is a bit of a tech with Blight where you're supposed to be able to slide off of things to kind of mix the survivors up. I don't play Blight, so I don't really know, and this is going to be more of something that has to be seen. So there's not much to comment on this.
So is it just you think they're just removing the slippery walls, if you will?
I doubt it because they've also said they were fixing Blight's collision and hitboxes like 7 times, and it's still basically the same.
Gotcha.
But I don't know. I don't know what they're gonna do. I have to see people actually play Blight. Um, Haddonfield. So map's getting smaller. And they are reducing the length of hedges and fences, so it's going to be less like old Haddonfield. They are adjusting the strength of the house loops because there's a lot of houses like the House of Pain and in Badham. Like the fucking Haddonfield houses are very strong,
I hate seeing
but
this map as a killer.
and they are reducing the number of houses. So they're getting rid of all the houses that cannot be entered. To correlate with just making the fucking map smaller, I'm assuming.
Oh, that makes sense. Okay.
So, and then the last thing is just kind of they're making it so, and because they are removing houses and nerfing houses, they're adding more pallets and lockers to the edges of the map as well as the middle, because the biggest problem with this map was the middle being the middle street being a dead zone. So they work again. That's going to be something I'm going to have to see. They kind of put a picture here, but I can't really tell much from here. So that's going to be something that I'm going to have to burn all my Haddonfield offerings that I have.
Those collect dust after a while, eh?
Yeah, well, I don't use map offerings because they're stupid. But yeah, so they're buffing the outside of the map, the outside part of the map, and nerfing the inside, which I think is probably the best play. And just making the map smaller because let's be honest, this fucking map is massive.
Yeah, it definitely is was survivor-sided map. I think these changes will definitely help tilt it into a little bit more killer's favor.
The rework for this map was hilarious though, because originally it was killer sided because there was literally a 3-gen that you could not win,
Oh,
and they removed it, became survivor sided, and now, well, we'll have to see.
well, I hope these changes work here.
Decisive strike. They are reverting the changes to the stun duration. There's now going back to being a 5-second stun duration instead of a 3-second stun duration. Decisive strike might actually be useful.
Well, it's coming back. Very
Yeah,
good.
they're also apparently adding an animation for it.
It's
Neat.
literally gonna be the killer just slapping the survivor slapping the killer's back. Come on.
Yeah, but yeah, this perk I think has been in a rough spot. I know people still use it because everyone tunnels, and it's still okay at anti-tunneling. And I hope that this is going to finally. I really hope that with they keep buffing the anti-tunnel perks, people are going to stop fucking tunneling because you don't need to do that to win. Just get better, idiot.
Fair enough. What does the dev say on this here?
So, yeah. So because the basically we're just saying that because of the time it takes to kill it to actually drop the survivor, 3 seconds is too short because you're basically wasting a second and a half being dropped and being able to start run.
Yeah, okay. I agree with that change then. That makes sense.
Yeah, it's basically just like you actually can get distance with off the decisive because especially against like the meta killers like Blight and Nurse, you go nowhere. Adrenaline. This is kind of what I was talking about. Adrenaline no longer works if you're hooked. The speed boost is being cut down by 2 seconds, and this is the part that I told you that I didn't remember because it was irrelevant now. It no longer wakes you up from Freddy's power, but
Neat.
no one plays Freddy, so I don't care.
So I mean, they're just kind of fixing the stuff on it that should have been done a while ago, in my opinion.
Probably.
The getting a health bar from hooked seems incredibly silly.
I mean, yeah, it is one of the best perks. It's been one of the best perks in the game since it came out, which was the beginning of the game. It's been one of the meta perks forever, so eventually it's got to catch some strays.
Yeah.
Ultimate weapon, probably the change I am the most excited about because I fucking hate this perk. However, they didn't really tell us much about the change.
Oh boy.
So instead of making you scream, your aura is revealed, and I think it's only active for 15 seconds now instead of 3, and the cooldown has been doubled.
This is indeed a very confusing change, but I think
Because
it's
the only thing that like was kind of pointed Scott John's video on it. They don't tell you how long your aura is revealed.
yeah, and also, I mean, a scream is a single burst indicator. As an aura revealed, you could see where they're pathing. So it's kind of an interesting change.
No, the scream was better
The scream was stronger. Oh, okay.
because it interrupts you.
Gotcha.
So, and they also made a really weird point. It says here like it will no longer interrupt actions, though the survivors won't know when they're being revealed killer. This perk blinds the survivors. So it's supposed to be like you don't know you're under the effects of ultimate weapon. You know because it blinds you, and it doesn't say they're removing the blind.
So, good try, devs. It's just not quite gonna work.
So yeah. So yeah, they're basically making it so this perk will actually not be active throughout the whole match because you literally can have it active the whole match in this current state. And it is probably one of the best killer perks in the game and one of the most obnoxious. And then I think that's it for the gameplay changes. You no longer can lose pips when you're ranking up.
Sweet.
And then they are updating the store, added a weekly gift that can be claimed for free. You can see more animations in the store now.
Oh,
There's more bundles, collections, specials. Yeah, and this is kind of some pictures that they have. It's basically just going to look like the Fortnite store.
I wonder if with that last sentence, they're adding it so you can see the Moris. I wonder if that's a caveat on them adding
I hope.
Mori
I hope
features,
so.
skins, if you will.
Well, they did with the bear skin, so I'm hoping there's more.
Yeah, that's exciting.
And then the last thing is the archives. They kind of did a small. I don't really know what this means. New tomes in the respective versus open at the same time. I'm assuming that just means that the battle passes and the challenges will start at the same time, because I think the battle pass would used to be able to start and then the tomes would start. I think they're just making it so they open at the same time. As well as, more important for me, they added a head start to the battle passes, so I could skip 20 tiers immediately at a discounted price.
uh, Senior Moneybags over here just jumping, eh?
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
dude, it's not my fault. Every fucking game has a battle pass now, and I can't grind every fucking game.
Fair enough, fair enough. Well,
But
I,
yeah,
I like these
so
changes they're making. This actually
uh,
looks good.
yeah, I mean, it is what it is. I'm hoping. So at this point now, I see to hope that you know the S buffs are enough to make it so people will not tunnel. I have to hope that they make some significant changes to the twins rework. And yeah, I don't know. I don't know what they're gonna do about the twins, because I don't even know if twins players are happy with it.
There's twins players? That's the first question.
Yeah, all five of them.
Yeah, right. Um,
But so yeah, that's all I really think that is going on. This test server will be live on April 3rd, so that's 2 days from now. The video when this video was recorded and probably going up. So you'll see me there, and maybe Bossman too. He finally got it on Steam. I can play the PTB with someone else besides me, myself, and I.
very good. And so I believe that's it for today. Thanks for tuning in.